guys, it's Treetop. We're out here on Navajo Lake. We are going out to do one of my favorite summer activities, which is fishing for Kokanee salmon. And this lake is over 300 feet deep and provides a pretty good habitat and cold enough water for these landlocked sockeye salmon to live in. It's almost September, late August, almost September, and the fish have gone down pretty deep. We're up in the Four Corners in the northern New Mexico side, and here's a shout out to the New Mexico Fish and Game. They do a terrific job at introducing these salmon into a few of our lakes up here. They'll support them. Every year, the habitat's good for the fish, but every year they have to round them up and artificially spawn them and then reintroduce the fry into the lakes. So really appreciate the efforts that these guys do, and really provide us with a great type of fish, species of fish to go after. I'm out here with Mrs. Treetop, who does some of the filming, and I got Top Dog with me, and we just want to share this with you. Lots of different ways to catch Kokanee salmon. Superstition. Everybody does it different. I'll show you what I'm doing. Maybe you find something you like. We'll try to get some catches. I'll show you the rigs I'm making, and we'll have a good time. The San Juan River comes from over there and creates a current probably in the lake itself. And we are over by the dam. Dam is always a good bet for kokanee fishing, pretty much on any lake. So the outlet is kind of over there, and then we have this this hill that goes way down, you know, all the way to the bottom there, 300 feet. So we're in this canyon of water, and my personal opinion is the phytoplankton will follow that current down, and they're brought into this sort of an eddy area, and the zooplankton eat the phytoplankton. So they're going to be in here too. And the kokanee eat the zooplankton. So that's where I start looking for fish. And true to form, these fish are laying in here off of this bank, in about 100 foot of water. So here's another indispensable item for kokanee fishing. This is not a bottom end, but a lower end Eagle fish finder. It's a Mark 320. It's an older one. Still does a pretty good job. And if you look on the screen right there, you can see a school of fish going by, and those are kokanee. And you can see they are between 90 and 100 feet right now in that pod. And it's, like I said, it's late season, so they're schooled up pretty good. So when you go out, you definitely want to get on fish. You want to find the fish and then troll through them. But you can see when you see a band of them land in that same layer, because kokanee like a particular water temperature, about 54 degrees. They're going to go find that because it's the most comfortable for them. And you'll see them right there within a 10-foot range. They'll come out of that to feed, but mostly they're going to spend their leisure time there. So I wanted to show you that. Now I've got this down. The resolution's cranked up and I'm zoomed in. Normally, if you're in the top water, you'll be able to see these kokanee. They have a very large air bladder, so they're gonna look like a bent blimp. Very thick on the grayscale. They're gonna be gray in the middle. Other fish, the fish arches are gonna be more streamlined. Pretty good size one. These fish are really heavy on the line. Got a lot of fight in them.
So why aren't you doing it like sideways like you were showing me before?
Well, I'm 90 degrees to the line still. See what I mean?
Uh-huh. And that keeps it from, keeps it from what?
If I go straight, then I just have the line as a shock absorber. But if I use my pole at an angle like this, that means that he can use the flex in the pole. And these light little poles are perfect here.
What brand are they?
This is a Shimano. I got some Akumas. Just basically, they're inexpensive. They don't have a lot of backbone, which you typically like in a pole. But in this kind of pole, you want I want something that is got a lot of give to it. because their mouths are really soft and they will pull right out.
It's an interesting looking boat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's big. Look at that body flash. That's a big fish.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a nice big buck.
Nice. Okay. Got him. Oh my god. Oh,
wow.
he's a clunker.
Hope you can see that. That is a sweet,
Oh my goodness. I think that's the biggest one.
Yeah, that probably is. Sweet little Navajo kokanee. There's definitely some nice fish in here.
Shows his teeth. Let's see. What a beauty.
Getting a hook nose. Starting to turn pink on the sides.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful fish.
These make some nice steaks. So here's a tip. Something that I always wash my lures, and I use simple grain. Something I've come across that I really like. One thing you want to make sure you do is get the blood off of your lures. And you also want to get the human scent off. Because I would say that they're repelled by human scent. I think that's been proven. And it's probably because for a kokanee, we just smell like mammals. And you smell one mammal, you smell them all, I guess. So this simple green does a great job. It's great for cleaning your coolers, getting that kokanee fish smell out. It's really the only thing I found that cuts it other than bleach. I just got some salmon beads, and these are fluorescent, so they're going to glow down at depth. And I just put a couple of beads here to space them off of the hooks. It's a double hook set. And I like my homemade lures about 3 to 3.5 inches long, and that gives them a good dodger action, running about a 12-inch leader. I'm using Gamakatsu octopus circle hooks, and these are number 4s. I think these work best for all of the kokanee size. So I'm using shoe peg corn. That's the old tradition here. And I think shoe peg corn works well because it's a small, thin kernel, and it works with the lure action. And it kind of just puts a target back there. And then I've got this soaked for days in Procure's anise oil. And I'm never really sure, people call it attractors or whatever. It could be that it's more of a mask, a scent mask. There's lots of things that work out there. Krill scents are an easy choice. I'm just rigging up. I'm about 25 feet back. I'm running some attractors, flashers off of my downrigger ball. And that just kind of creates a little excitement, enthusiasm behind the boat. Maybe bring some fish in from out. It's got vibration to it. And this is just going to take it down to where the fish are. If you want a fish like this, I like this because you don't have a lot of weight, you don't have a lot of gear on your pole, it's just you and the fish. Maybe a dodger. Now, for me, the perfect speed is about 1.3 miles per hour with this rig. The speed's going to change how the lure acts. So downriggers are indispensable for this. And then another thing you need, I would say, is some way to accurately measure your speed. And I've got this little Garmin GPS. This is an older one. I've had it for quite a while, but it's super accurate. And you see I'm traveling about one mile per hour right now. A little bit too slow. I'm going to bring that up so I can really dial that in right where I want it. Very accurate. Then you can set your waypoints, and when you find a fish, you can mark them and go back to those spots over and over again. Fish on. Making a run. Slow it down a little bit here. Wait for the current. Oh, he's a scrapper. There he is, way back there. See him on the top? Love these fish. That feels like a sweetheart. Another hen. The hens are really trying to turn cold. Oh yeah, look at it. Yeah, enough already. Seriously. Look at that deep-bodied fish. These guys are in fantastic shape. About this one, right? Barely got down to depth and tagged it. It doesn't feel very big, huh? Not like some of the other ones. Let's see when it comes up. Just saw a splash. What was that? Sluggish for a kokanee, yeah?
Oh, he's not bad.
Guess they're not all going to be 18 inches. Oh,
Do you want me
now
to-
he's excited. Oh, now he wants to be a fish.
He's like, oh hell no.
Still got some scrap left in it. He didn't really fight coming up, he just kind of followed along. Now he's all changing his
No, he's
mind.
all, I don't want to go in the net. He's not a bad one, babe. Come on, come on.
Yeah, he's a decent fish. I didn't think he was going to be very big because he was just swimming with the... He was just swimming
He's
up
a good one.
Yeah, he's nice. Good net. Good net.
He's a good size one. Not a bad one. Look at his teeth.
And a gill plate.
I'm gonna look at his teeth.
Boy, they are nice and healthy. Look at that. That's a beautiful salmon.
So you had just gone down to 90 feet and it
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even get a chance to take up the slack and he hit it.
Look at those chompers.
Here's some nice fillets that we got from this morning's fish. You see that red salmon meat there? Probably one of the healthiest fish that you can eat out of fresh water. Full of essential fatty acids. And in fact, when you grill them, you have to keep the spray bottle because they'll catch on fire like grilling bacon or something. So anyway, I thought I'd show you what those look like and what these salmon steaks look like. I like to fillet them, and then you can grill them or you can put them on the smoker. But these are ready for the freezer. Okay guys, I'll go through this real quick. Just show you what I'm using. I'm using Stren 8-pound low vis. I use this on the rigs and I use this on the reels. Everything. I like this a lot. This works good and it's worked for me for a long time. Strong stuff. As far as dodgers go, I'm using these 3.5, 4-inch dodgers. I'm not real dodger specific. Depending on the time of year, I'll try to match the color to the lure, but not necessarily. This is a Rocky Mountain. I use Shasta. These are Lure Jensen. You just need something that gives you that tugging motion as it wobbles back and forth. Drives them crazy. Hooks. I'm using number 4 Gamakatsu circle hooks, and I pretty much have gone to using these for everything. These are super sharp, and once I get them on the hook, they usually stay. For the bait, the old tradition, I'm using the white shoe peg corn, and I am soaking it in a little bit of Procure Anise Plus hot glow pink bait oil. And I've used a lot of this, tried a lot of different things over time. Some of them work pretty good, but this one works all the time. So, and try to cut down on the kind of things I had to buy or whatever. I just go with that. If I want a little extra pizzazz, I'll sprinkle some powdered krill on there, and that works great. So, if you watch the videos, you'll see that I've tied up some of my own rigs, and I want to go over these real quick with you and show you. I'm using about 12 to 14 inches a leader. Probably these are a little long, but they're working okay. And I tie a double hook. Try to keep the second hook right underneath the first hook. And I'm using, here's the weird part, I'm using glow corkies. These are glow in the dark corkies, 5/16, and we use these for salmon fishing, you know, up in the rivers in the Northwest. You put them on just above a hook and then drift that down the river or float that down. These are a little small for corkies, but they work good for what I'm doing. I had a little trouble once the fish had gone down. You know, it was a little more difficult to get them to to bite. So I added these glow in the dark ones and shine them up with a flashlight. Or, you know, if it's sunny out, I put them in the sun. And these really work great at depth. I'm putting a little clevis on there. I'm just putting a little, I think these are small Indiana spinners. And you can find all this stuff in Tacklecraft. Or for these beads, you can just Google Corky. Luminescent, I think it is. This one here, I'm using orange, but I think they kind of show the same color down at depth. But this one actually seemed to work a little bit better. And I don't know if it's because I had the orange beads on there. They all of these worked exceptionally well. And this one maybe even a notch better. Anyway, again, luminescent, that's the key. That's why this works so good. So here's a little treetop flyer tackle or theory of why this works. So the kokanee, as you know, are just a landlocked version of sockeye salmon. And sockeye salmon, like kokanee, feed on zooplankton, to include krill and things like that. So I think that this little guy, the way the very specific dodger motion, slow tug like this that they make as they go through the water, And the way these hooks hang down, and then the glow, the bioluminescent, or the glow of these corkies, replicates krill, which are bioluminescent. They've got these little legs hanging under them, and I think that's what triggers the strike instinct on these guys. Mostly they eat, very small items, but I think this is close enough to a krill in action that it does trigger that instinct in them. So that's just a theory, working theory, but guys, I can tell you, this thing produced fish every time I put it down. It was credible. If you got on fish, you caught them. Regardless of sunny day, cloudy day, deep, didn't make any difference. So anyway, I just want to show you that stuff real quick. If you were interested and had any questions about it, there it is. You guys post in the comments. Show me what you do, or tell us what you do, what you like, what you don't like, what works for you.
So how deep was this one?
This one's 90 feet.
So they definitely have gone lower, huh?
Yeah, they're definitely lower. A lot of pressure from boating pressure over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Monday. These little bitty rods with that heavy line. I'm just about spooled by the time I get down to depth. This one holds a little more line, so let's watch over. We tried this one deeper. Boy, this guy's got a lot of scrap to him. He's heavy. There he is.
Oh, I see him.
Yeah, nice and bright.
Oh, this is beautiful. Here, I'm gonna hand you the net over here.
Whoa, so I'm right in there. There you go, big boy. What's up, big boy?
He's a fatty.
Oh my goodness.
Let me
Nice
see.
Fish.
Fish. Got a bite.
That's how it goes. Still filming?
Yes.
I'm hooked up. Fish on.
So what is this one at 90 feet too?
This one is at 75.
And does that one have krill oil?
No, this is just standard shoe peg and
Procure.
Yes. It's like another nice one. Well, the nice ones are down deep, that's for sure. Come up a little easier, might be a little. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Take it to mine. You go ahead, buddy. Do what you need to. Get out of your system. Hey, you see how I'm holding that pole 90 degrees to the line there? And these are really flimsy poles, so they give him his head, still keeping pressure on the line so he can't shake it. A lot of guys run snubbers, which is just basically a rubber band, surgical tubing in between. I think less is more, so I just set my rigs up to be able to. There he is on top of the water. You can get him out there. Take another buck.
Oh, I can see his fin. Good size. I saw the net.
You getting it?
Yeah. Here, I'll let you do the net because I don't want to drop the. Nice. Drop the camera.
Yeah, these are all right in the same size.
Nice. Another beautiful one.
Another male.
Mm-hmm. So you have 2 males and 2 females.
Like a dating service for Kokanee. So these clovers.
Are those the ones you made, that you came up with?
Mm-hmm. This guy's really red, isn't he?
Looks like it. He's camera shy. He's another good one.
Yeah, all about the same.